Hello! Today's goal is to demonstrate how to do a 16-mile long run safely in Medellin, Colombia. So now we are in the bottom of what we'll just call the Medellin Valley. It is technically 96 miles long, and it varies in width from 13 to 16 miles, which isn't very much for a valley. Whenever I run someplace, and as a runner, we always like to know our bearings and where we are geographically. So it's always so nice to know where tall buildings are, where bodies of water are. And so in Medellin, it's really simple because the valley runs north-south. Right now we are looking to the south, and also in the middle of the valley is a big airport. It's a regional local airport that just flies nationally. So you always see airplanes coming in and out, which is really neat. And so there's the other side of the valley and the wall there. The course consists of one big loop and 3 out and backs attached to it. The run begins on Avenida Poblado. You'll head north to the turnaround point, which I'll demonstrate soon, back down to Calle 30, over Calle 30 to Autopista, down to the stadium, which I'll demonstrate, all the way to the south. Keep going on Autopista and you're climbing because you're going upriver at this point, down to Itagüí, turn around a little town called Itagüí, and your next turn will be at Agua Catala, it's a bridge, to Avenida Poblado, and back to the starting point on Avenida Poblado. There's your loop of 16 miles in Medellin. All right, so last things first. Please subscribe to this if you would. Please. I'm trying to reach 100, and if you give the thumbs up, that would be awesome too. So, first safety tip is pedestrians do not have the right of way here. Colombians are not homicidal. They're not going to try to kill you, but they don't expect you to be in the street. So just be careful and. So here we are at the first intersection where you're going to be turning off of Poblado onto Calle 30. And so I just wanted to demonstrate so you get an idea when we come back, because we're going to be doing an out and back down Poblado, and we'll meet back up at that intersection so I can show you where that is. So we'll keep running now, and we'll see you there at the next spot. So now we are at the first out and back turnaround. We're still on Avenida Poblado, and then we run down to this intersection which has this gas station north of here. So this, for a foreigner, this is about as north as you're going to want to go on this side of the river. So I'll catch you at the next stop. Video, and now we're at the big metro station, and so I just want to kind of show a good landmark of where we are and what you can see. So one big landmark in the city are these giant buildings right here. If you're a Star Wars dork like I am, I call them the sand crawlers, and you'll know what that means because they look like giant sand crawlers. It's actually a big national bank. So here we're basically in the very bottom of the valley because the river's over here. I'll show you that in a second. So right now you've got 2 major freeways that parallel the river. One of them is we're about to run on, that runs south, and then this other side here runs north. All right, so just wanted to show the other side. So here's the river. It was rained a lot last night, so it's pretty muddy. Over here, and that's facing north, so now we're facing south. And if we go down here, we can see, so as you come across, there's a stairwell right over here, and that takes us down to the next segment of the Autopista. So here on this side, this is the side that runs south, the freeway. They close these inner lanes, so you're really safe. I'll show you that further in a second.
Okay, so now here we are on the autopista. Again, north heading that way. This is the farthest north you're gonna go on the route. This is the end of the second out and back on the west side on the north. So this is the Estadio de Toro. So at this point in the run, when you see the giant stadium, that's the point where you're gonna wanna turn around. And at this point, we are at mile 4. So at this, we've done 4 miles of the 16. We got 12 to go. So again, at this point, you're going to want to turn around. Don't go any more north. I'm sure it's safe. I've never really had to because again, we are following the Hanson's marathon method. That's why I found the 60-mile loop. Since we moved to Colombia from Portland, Oregon, I started doing the Hanson's marathon method. And on their long run, the longest you do is 16 miles. Again, the whole time, now we're going to be following the river. So at this point, from when we went from Calle 30 down to here, we were going downriver. So that means you're heading down, which is really nice. But now it's time to turn around and go up. So we've got a long run ahead of us to get to Itagüí, which is a town that borders Medellin. So we're gonna be a long time on this leg of the run, and we're gonna be heading upriver, which is where we're gonna put in our work. But we get a reward at some point, and I can't wait to tell you about that. So let's keep running and we'll crank this leg out. Alright, so here we are in Itagüí. This is the southernmost point you're going to go in the run. This is also the farthest turnaround or out and back you're going to do. It's kind of a cool little area because there's a lot of vendors here. There's a lot of action going on, a lot of bicyclists. You can buy this juice with cut up fruit called salpicón. It's delicious. I don't know if you really want to buy it on the street. Could haunt you later on. But yeah, this is a great point because at this point you've put in the hard work, you've gone upriver for a long, long time, and now you get to turn around and you get the fruits of that. On a personal note, I just love this point because I'm the furthest point from my house and where I live and my things, and being a foreigner, I feel really, really lucky to have found this running route because I can be alone. As runners, we love the solitude and we love the adventure of it. And so it's so great to be this far away from Medellin and then be able to head back home. All right, so next stop we're gonna do is the next turning point to go up back to Avenida Poblado. It's a little connector like we did on Calle 30. I never had a problem there, but we'll show you where to turn at that point. And so, if we could just take a turn around here. And so as you can see, there is Medellin behind me. You see the buildings, and we're gonna be heading that way. One thing that I like, and as you know as a long distance runner, things get a little wonky past mile 10, which is why we do it. We enjoy kind of what happens to us. And so one thing I really like about running is I like to run to music. I love electronic music. And so here's a little bit of deep house and what I like to listen to. So check it out. So here we are. This is a majorly important turn. This is what they call Agua Catala, and that is this area, and it is the major bridge we're going to take back over the river to the east side towards Poblado. Two landmarks that'll tell you that you're in the right place are kind of this little concrete bunker thing over here, and then also over here you'll see this so this little concrete bunker thing right there. So just be on the lookout for that, and then you'll see the bridge. And then also over here is this Fábrica de Licores de... All right, so without any further ado, we're gonna go down here and we're gonna try to cross this freeway. Be very, very careful. Don't try to time cars. Wait till there's a big space that's open and then just run across. Being a runner, you're used to doing that, and this is part of it. This is the most you're exposed in crossing a freeway. But again, just wait for a big block of open space and then go for it. Watch out for motorcycles. All right, here we go. All right, so here we are at Agua Catala. That's this bridge, that's this area, that's this metro station. And so again, here we are with the main Medellin River that flows through. We're looking to the south. That's Envigado. That's another little small town that borders Medellin to the south. And then here we go to the north. We've got Medellin, Poblado, the river, and then here we've got the autopista, or freeway, that goes from south to north. So at this point, we're in the connector between the two ciclovías. On the north, we had Calle 30, and here we have Agua Catala. So we're gonna go over this little pedestrian bridge and then connect with the road that goes up to Poblado to the other ciclovia, and that's the next time we'll meet. See you there. Okay, so now we are back on Avenida Poblado. This is the other ciclovia, a lot more people, a lot more congestion. This is where you kind of, if you want to see and be seen, this is where it is. If you like to people watch, this is where it's at. In the run, it can be a little annoying, especially at this point when you've clocked in so many miles. You got to dodge a lot of people, dogs. I love the Colombian people, I love the paisas, but my one gripe is they don't have a very good sense of spatiality. And I mean, one of the biggest dangers here is seeing somebody stepping in front of you off a curb or with their bicycle. It can become really annoying, but other than that, I absolutely love my Colombianos. But again, people will step in front of you off the curb. They won't look. They'll actually just stop in front of you on your bike. All right, enough of that. I'll let that go. So here we are in Poblado. This is kind of the Milla de Oro, they call it. As you can see, it's pretty built up. It's pretty nice. So here, looking to the south, that towards is Envigado. And then over here, you got a big old mall called Santa Fe. And then as we go to the north, we'll hook up again at the end of the run. All right, let's go.
Thank you for watching How to Safely Run 16 Miles in Medellin, Colombia.